YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to you with the instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on air forever. And we're going to talk about how the Miami Heat blew out the Washington Wizards 132 to 101. The Heat are 28 and 26 and 12 and 16 on the road. So they happy that they got a win that they should have gotten against the Wizards, who are now 14 and 38 and 9 and 18 at home. They played at home in this game. Miami won the first quarter 37 to 33. In the second quarter 37 to 19. And it was over at that point. But obviously they still had to play the next two quarters. Miami blew them out again, 33 to 23. But they did lose the fourth quarter, 26 to 25. But it didn't matter since they was up by so much. Andrew Wiggins, 23 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Finished with a double-double, shooting a 3 and made a layup. That's all he needed to do to help his team win tonight. Besides grabbing those rebounds, getting 2 steals, and the blocking 2 assists with no turnovers. He also had 5 offensive boards, no personal fouls, and was a +1 and +. Myron Gardner played 21 minutes. He finished with 10 points. He went 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. He had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and he also had 3 offensive boards, 3 personal fouls, with a 0 and +. He had the open looks, and he was dropping them down. He also did a good job keeping the ball moving and playing hard on the defensive end when he could. Bam Adebayo was playing strong in the paint, finishing some dunks and some finishes from 3. He went 2 of 6 from 3 and 9 of 15 from the field. He also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line and finished with 22. That was tied for the most on the team with Yakachonis. But he also had 8 boards, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 5 steals. You know, Bam can be a solid defender, especially if you're not paying attention and focusing on what you should be doing and how you should be playing. But it worked out for him defensively a lot in this game. He had the most steals on the team. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal rebound, was a +41 and +, which was the highest on the team. Norman Powell, you know he's going to come in and try to score. He missed all of his 2-pointers, going 5 of 12 from the field, but he did go 5 of 10 from 3. He's capable of doing that. They need him to do that, and he did it real well in tonight's game, but he still was attacking off the dribble, and he did get to the free throw line because of that, and he finished 6 of 8 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, and a steal. 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal foul, was a +7 and +. Davion Mitchell, he was trying to push the tempo when he could and keep the ball moving fast. He was the only starter to not score in double figures in points. He finished with 25 minutes and 5 points is what he got. He finished 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and a steal. 2 personal fouls in the +16 and +. Fontecchio played 19 minutes. He had 12 points. He was just a play finisher out there and ended up keeping them efficient, ended up working out for him. 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover. He also had 3 steals, which was the most off the bench. He had 2 offensive boards out of the 5, no personal fouls. It was a +33 and +. Jaime Jaquez Jr., 24 minutes. He had 4 points. He missed a ton of shots in this one, even if they're the shots that he liked and wanted to take, even if it was open. He finished 0 of 4 from 3 and 2 of 12 from the field. But he still did get 6 assists, and even that came with 6 turnovers. He had 4 rebounds, 1 block, and the rebounds all was offensive, which is good. He also had 1 personal foul, was a +9 and +. Nikola Jovic only played 6 minutes. He still had 4 points because he went 2 or 3 from the field. His only miss was a 3-pointer, but he only took 1 3 anyway. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, no turnovers, and a steal. One of his rebound was offensive. He had 1 personal foul, was a 0 and +. Khalil Ware played 30 minutes. That was the most minutes off the bench. He had 19 points. He went 8 of 13 from the field. Of course, he took a 3. Other than that, he was just finishing real well around the rim. And he also dominated on the boards with 14, which ended up being game high for the Heat and in the game in general. He also had 1 assist, 1 block, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls. It was a +22 and +, was one of the biggest reasons why the Heat was able to stay up and was able to win this game. Besides Norman, Bam, of course, Andrew Wiggins, Gardner, and really Yakachonis, they had a huge impact on this game. And you got to throw Fontecchio in there too, even though everybody contributed in some way. Drew Smith, he didn't score a basket because he missed a three that was only attempt, but he still helped with the 2 assists and 1 rebound and 1 steal that he ended up getting. And he also had one personal foul, was a 0 plus minus. Jameer Young was able to get a little layup type of shot to go around the basket. Other than that, he missed the rest of his buckets. He went 1 of 4 from the field and even missed his only three in 8 minutes. He had 1 rebound, no turnovers, no personal fouls. It was a -1 and plus minus. And then Jokic, like I said before, he was tied for the most points on the team in 26 minutes. He had 22 points. He went 8 of 10 from the field, 6 of 6 from three. They kept giving him open good looks, and he just kept pouring it down on them over and over again. 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and a block. 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and a plus 27 and plus minus. The only guy that didn't get on the court for them was Pelly Larson, and he had a right elbow injury, and that's why he didn't play. Trey Johnson didn't play for the Wizards. He had a left ankle sprain, and Anthony Gill had a right hand injury. Other than that, since this game was a blowout, everybody was able to play for the Wizards. Justin Champagnie, 25 minutes, 13 points. He went 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 5 from three, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He did have 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 offensive rebounds, no personal fouls, and a -8 and plus minus. He missed all his threes really, but that hurted his field goal percentage a lot. But he also missed a lot of twos. Keyshawn George, he's still working on his jump shot. Is not where it needs to be, but he still finished 3 of 6 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, but finished 4 of 12 from the field, which isn't that great. He also had 13 points. He had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and a block. 1 personal foul, was a -4 and plus minus. Alexander Sarr was bringing up that ball with speed and quickness, handling it a little bit, trying to initiate the offense fast and quick. He did get 5 assists, and he handled the ball a lot in this one. Only had 1 turnover. He did only get 12 points, though. A lot of them was finishes around the rim, if not all of them, honestly. He finished 6 of 13 from the field and missed his only 3-pointer, and he missed all of his free throws. And this one too, he also had 1 steal and 5 personal fouls, and was a -5 and plus minus. Not his strongest performance, but also still a solid one because of the boards and the assists and the fact that he's showing they can do a little bit more duties on the team, and that's what you want him to do. You want to make him the most complete player that he can be, and that can also help the team be harder to stop, and harder to defend. Carlton Bub Carrington, 29 minutes, 13 points. He only went 6 of 13 from the field. He had the jump shot going just a little bit in this one, but he did go 1 of 6 from three. He had 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, and a steal. No personal fouls, and a -9 and plus minus. Bilal Coulibaly, he ended up missing 5 shots, and he went 1 of 4 from three, 2 of 7 from the field, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line to get 7 points. He was the only starter to not score in double figures in points. He also played the most minutes on the team. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, but he did have 4 turnovers. Just trying to do things on the fly and not really thinking them out, or not really going, with his decision making when it needed to be done earlier. So he got stuck a little bit. 1 steal, 1 block, 4 personal fouls, and a -4 and plus minus. Tristan Vucevic, he played 20 minutes. He had the most attempts shot wise with 5 of 11 shooting from the field. He finished with 14 points. That was the most off the bench. He went 4 or 5 from three. That did help him a lot too. He did have 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers. The 4 turnovers the most on the bench and tied for the most on the team. He did have 3 offensive rebounds, no personal foul, and a -17 and plus minus. Sharif Cooper had the jump shot going though. He finished with 8 points, went 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line with 20 minutes too. But he had 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal. No personal foul, was a -28 and plus minus. Krishan Gilbert played 13 minutes. He missed his only shot, which was a 3. So he went scoreless because he attempted no free throws. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, no turnovers. His rebound was offensive at a personal foul, -21 and plus minus. Jameer Watkins, he kept attacking in the paint. He played 33 minutes, which was the most off the bench. He had 12 points because he went 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from three, and 1 of 3 from the free throw line. He also had the most rebounds off the bench with 7. He had 2 assists, 1 steal, which was tied for the most off the bench, but he also had the most blocks off the bench with 2. You have to like the fact that he was doing whatever he could to keep being competitive, even though the team was getting blown out. You have to love that about him. 3 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and a minus 33 and plus minus. Will Riley, 21 minutes, 9 points, 9 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 rebound, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, no personal fouls, and a minus 26 and plus minus for him. You know he can score. You know he's going to try to find a way to handle his way to a spot that he likes and try to take a shot that he feel he can knock down. Wasn't the worst shooting game from him. Wasn't the best either. And he did turn the ball over a lot for the minutes that he played. But he also was trying to make plays defensively, so you have to like the fact that he didn't give up on a lot of plays either. The Wizards shot 93 field goals. They only shot 42%. The Heat shot 104. That's 11 more field goals, and they made it at 47% also. They also shot 45% from 3 on 47 attempts. The Wizards shot 36 3-point attempts. They made it at 33%. 15 free throws for the Wizards. 15 free throws for the Heat. They shot 87%. The Wizards shot 16 free throws. They made it at 69%. 42 rebounds for the Wizards, 60 for the Heat. 23 assists for the Wizards, 34 for the Heat. 19 turnovers for the Wizards, 16 for the Heat. 7 steals for the Wizards. You ain't gonna believe this, but the Heat, they had 18 steals in this game. And that's a big reason why the Wizards lost, besides the fact that they didn't score the ball that well. The Wizards had 6 blocks. The Heat had 4, 10 offensive rebounds for the Wizards, 21 for the Heat. 32 defensive rebounds for the Wizards, 39 for the Heat. 12 personal fouls for the Wizards, 19 for the Heat. And it just ended up being a dominant performance for the Heat. Not much to say here, but one team is trying to figure themselves out. One team knows how to attack. One team knows where their strengths is at. One team knew what openings and advantages they had, and they exploited them as much as they could to be able to win the game. And that they did by a really embarrassing fashion. And like I said, the Wizards were at home, and they put up a no-show, really, in this game defensively. And it ended up costing them to get blown out and embarrassed a little bit in this game. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.